Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Special Child Care's first advisors meeting. Today is 4th of October, just 3 months before 4th of July. We started our operation, our activities, Special Child Care. So this is the third month, we have started. And we thought that it would be a great idea to talk to all the supervisors. Though unfortunately we do not have all the supervisors today. We have total 12 supervisors, but today some of them couldn't join. As we are coming from different countries and speaking different languages, so we decided to do it in English so everybody can understand. So first of all, I would like to introduce you, all of you joining today, and I have here Professor Dr. Hakim Arif, and he is the founder chairman of Department of Communication Disorder at Dhaka University. And sir, I'd like to welcome you to Special Child Care and also to this meeting. We have Syed Abdullah Inan. Syed Abdullah Inan is a higher level teaching assistant at John F. Kennedy Special School in London. I mean, he has been with us from the beginning, and he has already appeared in many programs, several programs, and given as a special child care. Dr. Hakim Arif also appeared in one program. We had one interview with him as an expert. We have Dr. Saiduddin Hilal. I mean, he's from Bangladesh, and he is a neurosurgeon and also the head of medical services wing at CRP, Center for the Rehabilitation of the Paralyzed in Savar. And he's doing a great job for us because he has already appeared in several programs and helping us, giving an advice to parents. So we are coming to all of you later with for your advice and your opinion. Just introducing you right this moment. We have Choitali Nag Chaudhary, ma'am, from India, and she's the principal of Institute of Special Education and Research, ISR. And the great thing is, Choitali ma'am is running the parent training program that you are doing right now, the intensive parent training program. We have finished 17 days, I'm sorry. And she's that I will explain after that. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining. We have Dr. Madhu Acharya from London, and he's a professor at Glasgow Caledonian University in London, right? And he's a parent of an autistic child, and he has also appeared in different parents program, and he's with us. He's from Bangladesh actually, basically, but now he's in London. We have Sherian Bhuiyan from the United States of America, and Sherian is early childhood special education paraprofessional at Clark County School District in Athens, Georgia. And she has also giving us advice from the very beginning of this platform. And Sherian already appeared in 2 meetings with us, and hopefully she will also be doing other programs with us. Welcome to this meeting, Mrs. Sherian Bhuiyan.
Thank you.
And also we have Dr. Muhammad Abdul Asiri from Saudi Arabia. Muhammad Asiri is the chairman of English department, College of Arts and Science in King Khalid University. And he has been from the very beginning of, in fact, from the time we planned for this platform, Special Child Care, he's been very caring for such kind of children with special needs. And he's a very busy person. Actually, I requested him to, abandon his meeting today and join us. So thank you very much, Muhammad, for joining us. Please stay with us. I'll just go for a short report, what we are doing and what we have done last 3 months. Then I'm coming to you for your opinion. Muhammad, thank you very much for joining. Okay, I'm coming. Okay. About the short report, it's not very formal, but what I'd like to say, about the background of Special Child Care. I'm a parent of a autistic child. My son is now 9 years, 2 months, and my son is going to school in Bangladesh. And what happened that me and some other parents and a few professionals, we got together and we decided to do something, for ourselves. It's actually our children and for ourselves. Because we found that some things we need to do more. I'm not saying that the other schools and they are not doing anything. Not, they are doing great job. They are doing great job in Bangladesh, of course. And we must be grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, because she is very, very kind to this issue. I know special children and this issue, and especially her daughter, who is, autism champion, Mrs. Saima Wajid, and she's doing a great job, right? And especially the international conference she arranged in 2011, that was the landmark, incident for neurodevelopmental disorders in Bangladesh, because that introduced people, to this kind of disorders. So, but we found a few things that, for example, educating like ourselves, educating parents. When you talk to like professionals like Sayyid Abdullah Inan and Sherian Dia and other people from Australia and other countries, we found that we have some gap in our country that we need to fill. For example, we need to be educated. Parents need to be more educated, right? We need to know about other countries, like what developing countries are doing. What is their management protocol, right? So this forum is completely still, this is an experimental one. This is completely online, right? So that's why we started and that we are doing. And from the very beginning, we are saying that this is still experimental. But as long as we have done, we have already finished like 65 meetings with parents and professionals from different countries, Bangladesh, India, Australia, United States, and UK. And we are trying to share knowledge. We are trying to learn. And we found that teacher training is a must. That's why we requested our advisor, Choitali Nag Chaudhary, and we arranged. And now 11 parents, they participated in the workshop. That is this training, and this is becoming a very, very intensive one. We are going word by word. We already finished M-chart and MDPS chart. M-chart, the international chart for evaluation and assessment, and MDPS chart, which was developed by Madras. Now this is Chennai, and this is a very extended one, right? And now we are learning the task analysis. That is how we break the activities in smaller parts, and observing our own child and working with them. So that's why we must be grateful to Choitali Nag Chaudhary for doing a great job. And what we have done, see, our motto is learn, share, care. That's why we shared the videos of 12 classes openly to everybody. Now everybody has the idea what we are doing. Only few videos we are not sharing, because these videos, these classes we are doing on our children, basically just very closely and individually. That's why we are not sharing. So if you ask me to do what we have done last 3 months, basically we have done the meetings, and we have conducted the intensive parents training program. Upcoming events, what we have, and I told you from the very beginning that it's a holistic approach. We believe in a holistic approach. What a child requires, that is a special child needs. That's why we are talking to parents and all kinds of professionals. So about the upcoming events, I have already talked to a company. This is called Tele Psychiatry Services. I talked to them yesterday. We had a very fruitful meeting, and inshallah they will start. They'll start working with us. They will give us some. That is some meetings. Okay, they work on psychiatry and psychology, and for both children and parents. And we also talked to Heart Healing Center, and the director of Heart Healing Center, Dr. Lipi Gloria. We are going to have a meeting with her on 7th of October, and inshallah we'll start working with them, in collaboration. And we will continue parents training program. So the first, the one that we are running right now, it will finish day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is the last class. After that, we will launch parents training program part 1, batch 2, and parents training program part 2, which will be more intensive, just learning how to work with my child, with own children. So this is the upcoming events, and I told you from the very beginning, because this is not a completely established organization yet. We don't have a office, and you know that I'm still outside the country, outside Bangladesh. It's not possible for me to run an office in Bangladesh while staying here. So roughly, I can't guarantee, but roughly, I'm saying that next year, in the middle of the next year, I'm going back to Bangladesh. Maybe if I go over then, that you are there, so I will share with you, and with your suggestion, we'll try to do something. But my point is, as long as we run online, let us try. I mean, let us like talk to different parents and professionals and try to know something, share with other people. And I believe that this are becoming like helpful for others. So this is so far I have about our current activities and our upcoming activities. And I'm telling you that a lot of things we can do, because it's not a complete organization, it's not established organization, this is online, but we are trying to do at least something for ourselves, learning and sharing with others. So now this is the short report. Now I'm coming to you, and I kept actually Mohammed Asiri from a meeting. So Mohammed, are you there?
Yes, Salah, I'm available.
So
yeah,
I'm coming to you about your opinion, because I gave you a very short summary, and from the very beginning, you know me for a long time. So, and I'm very glad that you joined this organization as an advisor, as a well-wisher. Do you have anything to say?
Okay. Well, first I wanna introduce myself to other people here, because it's the first time for me to meet them. My name is Mohammed Asiri. I'm the chairperson of English Language Department. Actually, the idea of special child care, something you worked for a long time. You are still putting like efforts there, and I like this work. Even we are looking for more, ideas, more, kind of practice, more suggestions. I do believe, Salah, and see, people are, from different countries, having different background, learning backgrounds, different ideas. This is kind of, brainstorming, our group brainstorming. So we are together working toward just one goal, one aim to hit. And even here in Saudi Arabia, if you notice, the number of autistic children is kind of increasing by the time, and we are still, need a special, training, special, centers serving those, children. And yeah, I do believe we can go even further beyond this group, this special child care. Maybe one day will be kind of a good organization, international organization. So yeah, with hosting some specialist people in autism and disorders, this and that. But the thing, remember going back to my master degree, and I had like a language seminar course with American professor, and she said, we were like discussing the intervention, and when do we intervene with such 7 children in the normal classroom, and we don't know if they are like normal or abnormal. But she said one sentence was attracting to me, like, always keep in mind there's something beyond your understanding, which means you need to keep thinking, and once you go back home after a long working day, you'll have some observations, some ideas. Make sure to write down everything and keep thinking. Look for the information. There's always be people who will answer you, or you will go with such a group, and you'll increase your knowledge and your thinking about things happening around you. Thank you so much, Salahuddin, for having me invited to this meeting, and I'm really glad to express my thoughts, my opinion, and I will not take long time because other people are waiting. And thank you, Salah.
Thank you so much, brother. It's a because you are here. I have more confidence actually, and me. I mean, we know each other for a long time, almost 10 years. And thank you very much for being with Special Child Care. And as I just dragged you out of a meeting, so you can go if if you want. Okay, thank you so much for your comments. Dr. Saiduddin Hilal, as he's in hospital, I want to finish with him because brother, if you have any points to share with us.
Thank you very much, Brother Saeed Ahmed Bhai. First, I would like to introduce me, though you already introduced myself. I'm Dr. Saiduddin Hilal. I'm working as a neurosurgeon at the Department of Medical Services in CRP. You know, the CRP is the Center for the Rehabilitation of the Paralyzed, one of the biggest hospitals for the disability and spinal cord injury rehabilitation. So I am really grateful to you, Saeed Bhai, that you included me in the advisory board. Actually, I am not worthy to stay here because I'm now seeing, already I met with Mr. Madhu Acharya, and he is a fantastic person, and already I'm seeing other people, they are fantastic, and they are actually worth to keep the membership of this advisory board. So I'm really glad to be one of you. But my opinion is, simple opinion, that this organization, whatever you want to say, the beauty of this organization is it is an online platform. It is an online platform. It is a virtual.
Yeah.
But it already did a lot of things that is beyond my imagination also. And you collected many awful persons, very sophisticated person, very intellectual person, very knowledgeable person in this organization and in various matters. And your approach is very good. And whatever you want to do, I think it is a very good thing, and we can do a lot. Because this Corona time already teaches us that even in the online, we can do more than the offline.
Yes.
So, and this is one of the practical things I have said here. So, I just to say thank you very much to you and the other faculties and other honorable persons here. And I try to be with you, though I'm a little bit, I don't say I'm busy, but because of the department and surgeons, all the times I have to hide myself from the online. So I just tell you that whatever you want to do, I will be with you. If you want to keep me, if you don't want to keep me in the advisory board, it doesn't matter for me. I always be with you because to me, not all the special child, but especially the autistic babies who are saying we are autistic baby. To me, I already told Madhu Acharya that they are totally normal, just like us. They have their own worlds. So if we can teach our parents, we can teach our doctors, we can teach ourselves also, that actually they have the own world, and we are in the own world. If we can communicate properly, then it will be the one world. So in this way, whether you keep me in this advisory board or not, it doesn't matter. I will be always with you in any aspect, whatever you want to say. And I'm thanking to all the faculties and all the honorable advisors here to allow me to say something here. And I feel really proud of these things. So that's all for me. And I say that whatever you did a good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for staying with us and for staying in the board. And you have already done a good job because you are very popular. And now all the parents are asking about your session. Trust me. I am in pressure. I know, because they ask for where is Dr. Said's next session. I know you are very busy. So inshallah,
not only for the busy. Actually, what happens? My wife's has broken the leg, so I was a little bit busy with her surgery. And she is in just Sunday it was finished. So in this way, I was a little bit busy. So sorry for that.
No, no,
I will be with you always, inshallah. Inshallah.
I explained to them and I told them that he's our advisor. Inshallah, he will come back again. Very soon.
Inshallah, I will be with you, bhai, all the time.
Thank you so much. So just need to inform you two things. One is Dr. Muhammad Alamgir is from India. He is actually supporting us with all kind of IT support. He created our website and giving all the IT support. He was supposed to join here, but just half an hour before this program started, I mean, his son got sick and he had to take him to hospital. So I'm sorry for that. I mean, for him, and let's pray for his son because he's been suffering from fever for 11 days, right? So we're also worried. But I really wanted to show you and introduce to you because he's doing a great job for us with all kinds of IT support. This is one thing. Another thing about the current and upcoming event, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that day before yesterday, we had a great meeting with Dr. Christos Nikopoulos. Dr. Christos Nikopoulos is based in London and he is an ABA consultant. He's a PhD in ABA and also the director of autism consultancy services in London. We had a talk with him. We had a meeting with him. I posted in our group and I also sent some materials. But we are planning to have something more from him, kind of like parents training or kind of based on ABA. So we were talking to him because other issues are involved, like financial issues and other issues are there. So we'll try to do something. We have Dr. Hakim Arif, Professor Dr. Hakim Arif from Hakim University, Department of Communication Disorder, and he has done a landmarking work in Bangladesh because we have a very accurate shortage of speech therapists in Bangladesh. Dr. Said knows well because this is the CRP is the only organization, only institute under Hakim University that produces special speech therapy. But Dr. Hakim Arif, I mean, they started some professional master degrees and also bachelor degrees. I mean, and now we are having more speech therapists, and he's the man behind this. So, and he's also in our advisory board. Sir, I would like to welcome you to this program. And if you have anything to say, unmute, please. Unmute your mic. You need to unmute your, yes,
okay,
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Said. Your organization's name is Special Child Care. Okay.
Yes.
Today's distinguished advisors. Here I'm seeing the name Madhu Acharya, Mrs. Choitali, Sarian Buyan, Said Al Inan, Dr. Saiduddin Halal, and one non-video participant. I just forgot the name. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. And as Said introduced me, I'm Dr. Hakim Arif, Professor, Department of Communication Disorder, University of Dhaka. Now I'm just working as a professor of this department. And I have known Mr. Said for the last couple of years. And I can remember, probably it was 2016 or 17, when I was working in the department. He came with one guy and he just introduced himself and just he told that he is just father of autistic child and he will be very happy if I just help him. And this is the introduction with Said Ahmed. And after 2 or 3 days, I just forgot him, but I can remember again, probably before 3 months, he just contacted me and he told that he just already set up a center. It is called Special Child Care Center. And he just invited me to provide a lecture on speech therapy and what is going on in Bangladesh on the aspect of speech therapy and special child, etc. Then I just delivered a lecture. That's the point. And now, in his special report, he just mentioned many things. And since we are all advisors, let's critically analyze his report and just let's give us some advice how his organization will be more effective. First of all, come to the name of the organization, Special Child Care. Okay, if we just consider my discipline, communication disorder, in this discipline, it's an umbrella term. It includes many disorders. Suppose like autism is a special disorder, Down syndrome is a special disorder, CP, cerebral palsy, is a special disorder, and then dyslexia is a special disorder. I'm just trying to be confined to the disorder of children, not the disorder of aged person. Then some other disorder. Now, I think he should be very pragmatic, and he should narrow down his focus in where he will just focus on. And now, if I just consider child, then it indicates that he's taking caring special child, okay, special children.
Yes.
Now the thing is, if we just consider the scenario of Bangladesh, now in Bangladesh, there are a lot of organizations, special organizations, they're working in Dhaka city. And now the situation is like mushrooming. Now, if this is the scenario, then why Mr. Said has developed a different organization like Special Child Care? What is the motto? And he just mentioned that his motto is to learn, okay? Now we have to be very specific what he will learn or his organization will learn, and he will just share something. Then we have to know what he will share, okay? To whom he will share, okay? Who will be the stakeholder and who will be the beneficiary and something else. And another motto is he will just make some care. And now concern is to whom you will just provide the care, to care something else. We have to be very specific. And now he just mentioned that he has already organized a training for the parents, okay? And Mrs. Choitali conducted this training, which lasts 17 days, okay? Now the thing is that my question is to you, Mr. Said. You just mentioned that you will just now you have no any office, okay? You are just this is online platform, okay? Now if we just consider special training, okay, and also childcare, sometimes providing training to the special children, or if we just consider providing training, basic training or special training to the guardian, sometimes online training is not effective unless you are provide training personally, okay? That's why if you just continue you just work or service only online, then I don't know how it will be effective sometimes. And if you just consider the audience of Bangladesh, who are specially audience of Bangladesh means I'm just confined to the guardian of special children or the special children themselves. Then our concern is how we'll just provide the training if you just continue only online. Then do you have any plan to set up a clinic in Bangladesh or worldwide, or now you're staying in Saudi Arabia, and or do you have any plan to set up a school? Because in Bangladesh we know that there are a lot of schools, and guardian of special children, they're sending their children to the special children to the school, but in this school they are not getting special very very optimal training, especially speech therapy or occupational therapy or something else, because in this school this school lack very special trained teacher. Okay, now considering this situation, what will be of your activity? How will just provide the training to the guardian and also to the special children? And now my last concern is, how do you have any plan to introduce a research wing to conduct a research work on the aspects of speech therapy of special children, and the aspects of physiotherapy, and the aspects of occupational therapy? And if you just set up a research organization what will be the activity of the research organization and what will be the form or the organogram of the research organization. That's my question. And as I'm one of the advisors, I'm just telling this. If you just clarify this question that I have just asked to you, then if I get the answer, and if these are pragmatic and optimal, then setting up of this kind of special center, like a special child center, will be effective. That's my from me. That's my
thank you
comments.
so much. Thank you, especially for thinking so deeply and so critically. I'm coming to you all the points. Let me talk to everybody and get all the concerns. Then I'll get back to you. But I'm giving you that also this year. But I must thank you especially because you have thought so deeply about this organization future, and thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Right now, can I talk to Syed Abdullah Inan, please? Syed Abdullah Inan. He is, yes, yeah.
It's good morning in London. Right, so I have known Syed for quite a while now. The thing is that he was my department junior brother from Jahangir University back in Bangladesh, as is my senior brother Madhuda in London. The thing is that I have been working in special needs education for the last 17 years. Number one. Number two is that I went to City University to study ABA so that I could serve my students better, because working in an environment and not being able to provide proper service is like being like hypocritic for me. So I would really like to welcome all the advisors on the board. I'm not sure if I'm qualified to be an advisor or anything, but
of course you are.
Since I'm already here, I will share my experiences and whatever I know with you guys. So if even I can't help one single parent or one single child, I would consider that thing as a major success, because as you know, special child and this special education is a, like Sir did correctly identify, this umbrella thing, because it's so broad that it's not possible to narrow down based on all the special needs that's been diagnosed with different people. But at the moment, like I work with kids with autism. That's my specialized area. I have worked kids with PMLD. I have worked with Angelman syndrome. I have worked with Down syndrome. The list goes on. But the thing is that, like Sir correctly pointed out, what are we focusing on and what do we want to do? Is that I would say two things that I want to really focus on before I go anywhere is that online training. Sir Hakim Sir very correctly pointed out, and I support him on this thing 100%. The thing is that it's really hard to teach someone about special needs and different theories, strategies, implementation, data collection, analysis, strategy making online. Okay. The thing is that I have tried that. Like I said, that I went to City University to study, and I have studied in depth, sort of like, and I have been working on this thing for the last 17 years. It is really hard unless until you have someone there 24/7. Number one. Number two is that they need to have the understanding and the empathy and the patience to collect data. Okay, it's not that easy. Number one. Number two is that, sorry, one sec, if I may be excused. Sorry, I do apologize. My daughter was calling me. Thing is that the only reason I stopped sort of like doing video, in the group in special child care is because after the second one, I realized that, you know what, I can tell people a lot of things. People can listen to it. But if you're not able to take it completely and use it properly, there's no point for me talking. I don't like talking too much. That's one thing. And like Hakim Sir rightly pointed out, that there are so many schools, so many people in Bangladesh, but of those people, how many do really understand the whole thing? Number one. Number two, is it for serving the people who we label them as special needs? Because from our human history, we know that anyone who's a bit different is alienated, okay? Wherever we have invaded, wherever we have gone, whenever we have come across a new species, all right, they're not like us. They have to be something different. So we need to label them. I'm sorry. What if one of these kids, I always say this thing in my school, that what if one of these child was not different? It's not that their special needs or they're disabled, they're retarded, this or that. What if they were not like the way they are? They could have been the next Einstein. Okay, you cannot undermine someone because they're a bit different comparing to the rest of the whole society. The neurotypical society that we call ourselves, because it gives us that predictability, gives us that comfort that, oh, we know everything. But no, I'm sorry, they're different. Anyways, let me go back to the point. Is that how effective is the online training going to be? Because my thing is that I can talk about a lot of things, okay, from A to Z. I have done like a good few workshops back home as well with parents. But when I started talking about ABA, when I started talking about collecting data, data analysis and everything, everyone was lost, completely lost. They did not have a clue how to do what. Okay, and I can't really impose my expectations on the parents and expect them to understand and do the work properly. Because let me talk about my community in London. Okay, I will not justify or try to judge someone else because they're not from. I am Bangladeshi, so I know my community quite well and how the parents think, how the parents want to work. Okay, I would say 9 out of 10 parents, once their kids are in school, they're okay. But once we send some work or some data analysis or something back home, they do not want to work. It's not that they can't, but they don't want to, because it is very overwhelming for parents. It's hard enough for them to be with a child 24/7 at home, number one. Number two, it's hard enough for them to face a society that judges them because they have a child who's a bit different. Okay, because we are very much judgmental as a society about ourselves. Someone a bit different, we start judging them. Oh, they're not good enough. They're not this, they're not that. I'm sorry. Let's try to move away from that. Anyways, that's why I do question the online training a bit once in a while, and which is why I sort of like step back completely, and which is why I don't work in London as a specialist with parents, because my thing is that if you can't work, don't ask me to come and spoon feed you. I cannot spoon feed somebody. That's not within my nature. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing that I want to go towards is plans for introduction to research-based work. This is something that Saeed and I, we have been talking about for a long time. Research takes a lot of energy, trust me. Research is not just like, oh, we are gonna collect some data and we are gonna do this, do that. No, I'm sorry. Research is, it takes years, okay? It takes years. The first thing is that you have to plan. You need to have a focus, like Sir rightly pointed out, that you need to have a focus. What is your objective here? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to achieve? Who are going to be the participants? Are they going to be there continuously? Okay. Do they have the academic understanding? I'm saying academic because we are talking about research. When you come to research, you have to have that, I'm sorry, but you have to have that understanding. You just can't bring someone from the road and say, oh, we are giving you this thing. You need to give us a result. It doesn't happen like that, I'm sorry. Which is why Hakim sir and some of you who are teaching other people, I think you are doing an amazing job. And I hope one of the reasons that stops me from going out is their money. I hope it's not about money at the end of the day. It's about serving a group of people in the context of neurotypical society who requires our support to sort of like integrate, to understand, to have self-esteem, to live as who they are. But the moment you entangle money with that, I think we have already lost focus. So, Shobut, Said, thank you for having me in this group. But if I start talking, I'm just going to keep changing tracks so frequently that you're going to think, all right, this guy's completely bonkers. and I don't want to be considered as bonkers, but I'm always here. I'm always more than happy to support. But as you understand that my school also knows that I'm a data freak, okay, which means that I love my data. I need to understand the person I'm working with. The thing is that one of the things that I do is at school is that my job is to modify behaviors, people's behaviors, to look at their behavior, to introduce behaviors that is more widely acceptable in society, to take away things that is not good for them, okay, and to self-regulate, to understand, to communicate. There's so many things. I mean, I was just looking at my list of things that I implement on a regular basis. Is that, and this is something that we need to really start thinking about. Is like, I got ABA, as you know. Then I do work on aromatherapy, art therapy. Then I got drama therapy, intensive interaction, music therapy, PECS, sensory integration, sign language, social stories, teach, which is like introducing, like breaking down the whole schedule of a day or any activity, task analysis, message therapy, yoga, and the list goes on. So what I can do from my side, I can offer to you is that if you have any questions, please forward it to me. I will not give you the answer straight away because I am trying, you're asking me to help somebody who I don't know, who I have not observed for a certain period of time. The data is not there, okay? It's really hard to work on somebody on a hypothetical basis and try to come up with strategies. So you have to sort of like, if you give me the questions, I will try my best to sit down, think about, look at all the case studies that I have come across over the years, and then come up with a strategy that may or may not be effective. Because effective, yes, I understand, may not be in the sense that since I'm not applying the strategy myself and I'm not collecting the data myself, I will not have the first-hand data. And when you don't have first-hand data, it's really hard to work on second-hand data. Second-hand data doesn't have the same credibility as the first-hand data. So I will try my best. Please keep me in the loop. I'll be more than happy to help. But like I said, that you have to give me at least a couple of days to analyze what information I have been given. And then if you need my help, I'll be more than happy. If you need my guidance, I don't think I am experienced and academically qualified enough to, you know, give you that level of support, which Hakim sir and some of the other esteemed members and advisors can do. But I'll try my best. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much for staying with us, and you have already done a great job because you know your sessions were so popular, and you know I know because I am in the administrative position, so I need to tackle that pressure. Everybody is looking for you. That I mean, when is the next session? Anyway, I understand your situation. Take your time, and especially on PECS and other communication things as you discussed. They were very even the professionals asked me about you. I mean, yeah. So thank you very much for staying with us. Of course, you worth it, and of course, I mean, this is very helpful for us. I mean, I will go to very quickly to Choitali Nag Chaudhary. Choitali Nag Chaudhary, Choitali, it is, you know, yes, open this one, and we are really grateful because you have already do a great job. I mean, special that is the training, parents training. You have anything to add? Anything to say?
থ্যাংক ইউ ভাই। তো আমি বাংলায় বলছি, যেহেতু আমার এক্সপ্রেশনটা আপনি একটু যদি ইন্টারপ্রেট করে দেন তাহলে আমার পক্ষে বোঝানো সম্ভব হবে সবাইকে।
বাংলাতে বলেন, আমি বলে দিব আমাদের যারা বাংলা বুঝেন তাদেরকে বলে দিচ্ছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ। আমি যখন শাহিদ ভাইয়ের সঙ্গে আমার প্রথম কথা হলো, তখন উনি বলেছিলেন যে স্পেশাল এডুকেশনটা কিভাবে দেওয়া যায়, কিভাবে করানো যায়, এরকম ভাবে আমাদের দুজনের অনেক দিন ধরেই কথাবার্তা আলোচনা হচ্ছিল যে বাচ্চাকে বোঝবার জায়গাটা পেরেন্টদের কিভাবে তোলানো যায়, বাচ্চাকে কি করে পেরেন্ট বুঝবে। এই হিসেবে এই জায়গাগুলো থেকে আমি প্ল্যান করলাম আমরা দুজনে মিলে যে আমরা একটা ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রাম অ্যারেঞ্জ করব, যেটা পেরেন্টদের জন্য পেরেন্টরা যাতে বুঝতে পারেন, এরকম আমার দেশেও এরকম সমস্যা হয় যে পেরেন্টরা বাচ্চাকে বুঝতে পারছেন না যে ম্যাম আমার বাচ্চার মধ্যে শুধু এডিএইচডি আছে, না অটিজম আছে, না মেন্টাল রিটার্ডেশন আছে, কি করে বুঝবো? এই যে জায়গাটা, এটা বোঝানোর জন্য আমি ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামে রাখলাম একটা স্কেল, যে স্কেলটা অটিজম ডায়াগনোসিসের জন্য। পেরেন্টরা নিজেরা ধরে ধরে শিখুন যে আমার এই সমস্যা থাকলে আমার বাচ্চার মধ্যে অটিজম আছে, বোঝা যাবে। এই জন্য আমাদের এর ফলে কি হয়, আমি দেখলাম যে এইটা যদি আমি পেরেন্টদের ধরে ধরে শেখাই তাহলে পেরেন্টের অবজারভেশনটা বাড়বে। ওর জন্য আমরা অটিজম ডায়াগনোস স্কেল কিভাবে ফলো করতে হয়, কিভাবে দেখতে হয়, সেটা পেরেন্টদের ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামে শেখালাম। তারপরে এলো যে কোনো একটা স্কেল কি করে আমি আইপি করব, বাচ্চাকে কি শেখাবো, কতটা শেখাবো, কিভাবে শেখাবো, এই প্রত্যেকটা প্রসিডিওর যদি আমি ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামে ইনক্লুড করি তাহলে একজন পেরেন্ট খুব স্বভাবতই যে বাচ্চাকে কিভাবে সে দেখবে, কিভাবে তাকে শেখাবে, কি কি শেখাবে, প্রায়র কি কি, সেই প্রায়র অনুযায়ী, প্রায়োরিটি অনুযায়ী লিস্ট আউট করতে পারবে। এইভাবে আজকে 17 দিন মনে হয় 17 ডেজ, হ্যাঁ, মোটামুটি পেরেন্টরা শিখেছেন যে কি করে আমি বুঝবো আমার বাচ্চার মধ্যে সত্যি অটিজম আছে কি নেই, কিভাবে যখনই আমি দেখলাম অটিজম আছে তাহলে তার আইপি কি সেট করব, কিভাবে সেট করব, কি কি আমার বাচ্চা পারে, কি কি পারা উচিত, এই যে পারা উচিত, কোন কোন এরিয়া আমার বাচ্চা জানা প্রয়োজন, এই দৃষ্টিভঙ্গিটা কিন্তু অনেক সময় পেরেন্টদের থাকে না। তো আজকে এই ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রাম করানোর পরে 16 দিনের মাথায় পেরেন্টরা শিখেছেন যে আমার বাচ্চাকে কি কি করানো উচিত। আর একটা জিনিস শিখেছেন যে আমি বাচ্চাকে এক্সপোজার দিইনি আমার অজ্ঞানতার কারণে, যার জন্য বাচ্চাটা এক্সপোজার পায়নি। এবার কি করে এক্সপোজার দিতে হয়, কি করে বাচ্চাকে ট্রেনিং করতে হয়, একটা টাস্ক যেটা আমি টার্গেট হিসেবে নিলাম সেটা ছোট ছোট টাস্কে ভাগ করলাম, প্রত্যেকটা টাস্কের এক একটা পার্ট কি করে ইন্টারেস্টিং করে বাচ্চাকে শেখাবো, তার বেশ কিছুটা টেকনিক যতটা দেওয়া সম্ভব হয়েছে এই 17 দিনে সেই ততটাই পেরেন্ট শিখেছেন এবং নিজেরা খুব উৎসাহিত হয়ে বাচ্চাদের নিয়ে কাজ করছেন, একে অপরের বাচ্চাকে অ্যাসেস করছেন এবং তাদের জন্য গোল শিট তৈরি করছেন এবং ছোট ওই গোল নিয়ে কি কি কাজ শেখাবেন তার উপর ছোট ছোট টাস্ক অ্যানালিসিস করে শেখানোর চেষ্টা করছেন। এই পর্যন্ত আমার ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামটা হয়েছে। তো স্পেশাল চাইল্ড কেয়ারকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ এইরকম একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম করে দেওয়ার জন্য। এই লকডাউন পিরিয়ডে কোনো বাচ্চাকে বাইরে নিয়ে গিয়ে কাজ করানো সম্ভব হচ্ছে না পেরেন্টদের পক্ষে। পেরেন্ট যদি নিজে ট্রেন্ড হন, বাচ্চাকে নিয়ে বসেন, তাহলে যে ল্যাকটা বাচ্চার মধ্যে আসছিল বাচ্চা সেই জায়গাটা অনেকটা ওভারকাম করা সম্ভব হবে এবং হচ্ছে। ওরা এইভাবে কাজ করছেন, বাচ্চারাও খুব ইন্টারেস্ট নিয়ে কাজটা করাচ্ছেন। ওই জন্য এই প্ল্যাটফর্মটা আমার কাছে মানে খুব ভালো লাগলো আর প্রত্যেকে উৎসাহিত হয়ে কাজ করছেন। আর এই প্ল্যাটফর্মটার অত্যন্ত অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ প্ল্যাটফর্ম। আর একটা জিনিস শাহিদ ভাই, থ্যাংক ইউ, যেটার জন্য আপনি এই যে আমাদের ভিডিওস গুলো ক্লাসের প্রত্যেকটা আপনি সবার জন্য শেয়ার করছেন। পৃথিবীর যে কোনো কোণে যে কোনো পেরেন্ট দেখে নিতে পারবেন যে কেমন করে আমি বাচ্চাটাকে বুঝবো, কেমন করে আমি বাচ্চাটাকে শেখাবো। তার ফলে কি হবে, যে বাচ্চাটার অজ্ঞানতা বশত ডেভেলপমেন্টটা কোনো একটা জায়গায় স্ট্যাগ হয়েছে, পেরেন্ট ধরতে পারছেন না, আজকে এই ভিডিওগুলো ফলো করে পেরেন্ট বুঝতে পারবেন হ্যাঁ এই জায়গাটা তো স্ট্যাগ হয়েছে, এই জায়গাটা নিয়ে আমি তাহলে কোথাও একটা ডিসকাস করব, কারোর সঙ্গে ডিসকাস করব। এই নলেজটাও কিন্তু পেরেন্টদের ভীষণ দরকার। তো ওই জন্য আর রিসার্চের জায়গাটা নিয়ে আমিও বলবো যে শাহিদ ভাইয়ের সঙ্গে আমার কথাও হয়েছে এই ছোট ছোট পেরেন্ট ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামেই আপনারা যে ট্রেনিং গুলো করছেন, বাচ্চাদের সঙ্গে কাজ করছেন, তারা ছোট ছোট আকারে ডিসার্টেশন পেপার যদি করেন, একটা মানে মোটামুটি আমাদের এই স্পেশাল ফিল্ডের রিসার্চের সংখ্যাও খুব কম, রিসার্চ নিয়ে কেউ মাথাও ঘামায় না। এরকম পেরেন্টরাও যদি ছোট ছোট এরিয়া নিয়ে আরম্ভ করেন কাজ, তার ফলে গোটা সমাজটাও এরকম উপকৃত হবে, নিজের দেশও সমৃদ্ধ হবে, এবং সব থেকে বেনিফিটেড হবে বাচ্চারা। বাচ্চারা যে জায়গায় যাওয়ার কথা তাকে সেই জায়গায় তোলানো সম্ভব হবে এই শেয়ারিং এর জন্য। তো এই বলে আমি আমার বক্তব্য শেষ করছি। থ্যাংক ইউ শাহিদ ভাই, থ্যাংক ইউ অল অফ
আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য এবং যে পরিশ্রম আপনি দিয়ে যাচ্ছেন কারণ আমরা 2 ঘন্টার ক্লাস কিন্তু কোনোদিন 2 ঘন্টা শেষ করতে পারি না। গতকালকে ক্লাস হয়েছে 4 ঘন্টা, আপনি প্রত্যেকটা সমস্ত প্রশ্ন উত্তর দিয়ে যাচ্ছেন। So I would like to translate Choitali Rak Chaudhury's speech in English for our English speakers. I mean, actually, in summary, she started talking about that is the parents training, because she's the instructor and the developer of this parents training program that we are running for last 17-18 days. And she said that the idea, the basis of this program was understanding children. I mean, the target of this and the objective of this training program was for parents to understand their own children. I mean, understand means their nature, their signs, about autism and other, neurodevelopmental issues, and of course also their behavior and how to work with them. That was the main, idea. And also, like, increasing parents' observation skill, because that is one of the most important part that Choitali Rak Chaudhury did, that she developed our, the participants, means parents' observation power. I mean, how to observe the children, own children, and work, and also like building the IEP, individual education program or individual education plan. I mean, Joy, and also like how to teach and want to teach children. And she said from the very beginning that as we complain, because our participants, for example, my child is 9 years old. There is one guy, who is an agriculture, his PhD in agriculture, is a government official. His son is 20 years old. There's a lady, her child is 23 years old and also married. Now they said, most of the time we complain, we parents complain that our children can do this. He can't do this. Now Choitali Rak Chaudhury came out with the idea that this is not the child's fault, it's our fault, because our children were not exposed to do this. Now, unfortunately, without complaining against anybody, please, just for discussion, that all these children went to different schools in our country, but they didn't learn all these things, right? Not complaining to any particular school or something. Some schools are doing great job, of course, but this is also true that many parents said this is the first time somebody said it after going to school for 6-7 years, right? Now we have developed our observation skill. Of course, I'm not saying that we now know everything. The special education is a 4-year degree. We are learning for 15 days only, right? But at least we are now think in a different way. And the great thing that we started for last 3-4 days is task analysis. It means, Sherian is there. I'm coming to Sherian at the last moment because I want her to, hear everything and give, complete speech, after the year. That is task analysis, as you know, that is breaking down a particular task in different, smaller parts. And that we are doing. And trust me, we just expressed our, that is surprise. We are so surprised that, can we do this? Just teaching to my son to write one letter, I need to break into 7 parts, 6 parts. Okay, put your hand over there, drag like this. We didn't know this. And nobody told us, frankly speaking. Nobody told us, right? So this gap, that special child care wants to focus on. I will come to Dr. Hakim Arif all the questions after we finish, inshallah, right? So I think I'm not very good in English, but I think Choitali, I could summarize your points, right, as you said. And also at the last moment, she talked about the research that I have something to say. We'll talk about it. She said that we should continue the research. And even from this training, we can get the data and work in research. And I'm coming to it. Before that, I want to go to Dr. Madhu Acharya, I mean, is a parent of an autistic child, is also an advisor, is a senior lecturer at University of London.
Sorry, sorry, I'm doing interpret you.
Sure.
If you allow me that I have some emergency patients. So if you allow me, can I go?
Father, of course. That's why I talked to you before, that you are
Yeah, thank you.
in the hospital. Thank you.
All the respected advisors, sorry to, if you allow me, I have to attend them. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Mududa, I will listen to you in the recording, inshallah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
I will
Take care, everyone. Thank you very much. Akif sir, please allow me, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, good afternoon, and my name is Mudhu Acharya, as Syed Ahmed has introduced me. And first of all, I must acknowledge the initiative, the great initiative that Syed Ahmed has taken. And then the honorable advisors here, they had expressed their interest to work with this platform. Thank you very much for all. Now, my involvement with this group as a parent of an autistic child that Syed has already mentioned. My experience in autism is just coming from parenting status. I have a son which is 18 years, and he is born and brought up in UK, and he's autistic. Now he's going to college. Now, my interest of serving the society of the people who are directly or indirectly exposed to the autistic child or children is coming organically. I found it as a moral responsibility as I see my son growing up from year 0 to now around 18 years, every day, every moment, from morning to night before going to the bed. And I feel very much isolated from the community, and in the sense that I'm alone in this world, but it's not basically. I see many other people, they are suffering this problem, and there are many other people who want to contribute. Even they are not suffering with their children, but they are very interested to and also wise to contribute or help to this community. And that's the reasons I want to be involved. When Syed says that can you come, and I say it is the moral responsibility. I have to do something for others what I'm suffering. So so that is my involvement, and whatever the positions is there, it doesn't matter to me at all. Whenever Syed wants my help, I will come.
Thank you so much. Because
it is the moral responsibility. And I am suffering for 18 years. I have to suffer it for I don't know how many years, until a long time. And I know that all other parents of autistic children had the similar situation. Now, these organizations, as Syed explained, we started 3 months, but I imagine that the idea is going on not 3 months. Idea has been going on many years back, and it just exposed in the community 3 months. And within these 3 months, Syed has done a lot of fantastic job. And I thought, as a well-wisher and as one contributor of this community, I don't want to call me as an advisor. I want to use it as a part of it. That Syed is overwhelmed and also too much work he's doing on that. And we need to support him. I think what sort of support Syed wants from us, it is up to him, and he will let us know that, okay, this is the things, please support me, because I'm doing from the beginning. I have a lot of other jobs as well. I have my jobs, my family. I live in abroad, right? My family in Bangladesh, so that is a big problem, and then he cannot do everything together. So please tell us that what sort of support you want from us, that we can help you to continue this initiative. Because that's one thing. I think that is the important point to discuss now, and take some responsibility within ourselves to give him some relief. The second point is that it is basically, as I understand, is a social group, informal social group until now, where all the peoples are contributing voluntarily, like me and others. they are contributing voluntarily because we think it is a moral responsibility for us. Now, I understand at the moment, until now, there is no financial goal of this organization. It is just serving the community because the same group of people came together, they found it, okay, we want, because we have similar ideas, we have similar responsibilities, so we can contribute. Right? So there is no financial goal. So in that sense, could be a social organizations, and it could be like a common good. It means that it's a public good, that people, anybody from anywhere who needs help in this particular world can take help from us as much as we can. So there is no financial goal for any of us, and we are contributing voluntarily. But there are a lot of works involved. For example, IT, that somebody helped a site to develop an IT. Choitali is contributing on the training side. Yes, Inan is also contributing on training and giving opinion. Dr. Halal also contributing his expert opinion. Dr. Hakim, Professor Hakim is contributing from his knowledge. So everybody is contributing. But I think we need some sort of structured framework that Professor Hakim and also Inan also talking about. Need to be structured because we cannot do everything. And also there are plenty of other organizations. I'm not aware of the situation in Bangladesh. But what Professor Hakim said, they are mushrooming at the moment. So how different we are from them? We need to be identified. We need to some strategic way to go forward. Otherwise, what will happen after a few months or few years? Everybody is saying, okay, we have no responsibility, we have no strategy. So might not go. So it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So in terms of sustainability, we need to find out which are the real key focus of us, which things we will do. We will not do many things. We will do very small, specific things. Within the 3 months, Said has produced around 45 interviews or videos, right, that you say. It's too much for 3 months. It's very hard to control, right? Without any strategy, we need some sort of specific goal or aim or focus. Okay, this is the 3 things. So for example, you say learn, share, and care. It's a very broad goal, but within these 3 umbrella terms, what is specific things we can do? And how will be different from other people mushrooming, otherwise we'll be one of them. Okay, so I think you, Said, or the advisors or any other people involved on the executive level or operating level need to decide, okay, we have done 3 months plenty of things, but we need to be very specific now. We need, okay, 1, 2, 3 things. And how we do, we make some plan of it. For example, we talk about the training is a good one, and how we'll do the training, we need to find a strategy way to do that. Okay, should we need 17 days training, or we need a smaller, like a shorter training, or we need a 5 or 10 participants in the training, right? And how we'll deliver it. So I think that is important now, rather than going very much on a strategic way in future. So that's one, my point is that. The second point, we are always talking about the parents and others, and for the benefit of the children. And what I've seen in my journey of serving an autistic child is that the autistic children feel very much isolated, right? What we as a parent, we are teaching them or other kids to learn, they are very isolated. They think they are the only person in the world and nobody understands them. And when I see my child from when he gets up in the morning and then when he go to the sleep, I feel very much, guilty that I'm not doing enough for him. Although I'm doing at my best, I never satisfied the amount of work I'm doing is not enough for him. He's always somewhere in a place that he needs some help. Although, given my example, because my only exposure with my child is that whatever I'm trying to say, okay, can I help you? He said, no, I don't need any help. I want to do myself. But he cannot do. So that is the biggest problem for the child. Okay, they want to be independent, but their ability is not helping them to be independent. So on my one point, it could be, in addition to what we are doing at the parents level or guardian level or teacher level, is it possibility to bring the children together in one group, because it's not happening anywhere. Is the children, maybe the children is different level of difficulties, but if you can face a group like those children is non-verbal, you can bring them together, even in a platform with the help of the parents. Okay, let them do some activities. Or the children who are a little bit advanced group, like a non-verbal, but they don't understand, let them do some activities with this. This is the biggest, but they cannot work together. But my understanding with my child is that if I bring him in that environment where he gets some friend, he can communicate. I think that is very easy for him to learn. I think Enam might tell, because he is an expert in this area, he can tell, okay, if it possible to bring the children in groups or similar type of difficulties they have, and let them work together, rather than we will be the observer only, right? Can you do this sort of training rather than training only for the parents, right? So bring the parents and the children together in one platform, and then do some tasks, and somebody will deliver the training, but will maybe control that whole training, but bring them together. That is one of the things that never happen anywhere. And I feel it is very, very important for my child, because he doesn't have any friend. So when he does not have any friend, he found only me and my wife or their sibling as a friend. And sometimes we cannot communicate properly because we don't understand always it. I think that sort of things you can think about. The third point is about, we're talking about the research and others. I think this is very important, but it is very far from now.
Yeah.
We are now here, the parents are trying to get a solution of day-to-day basis. What I will do today with my child, how will you spend that day? Is very much operational, especially for me. That what happened after five years is very far from me. I need to solve the problem today, what I'm feeling now. So I think we have two themes, like one is much more operational day-to-day basis. One is basically longer-term research, which is a very important area that several people have already emphasized, and I also support them. That will go, but also we need to see the day-to-day support of these parents and also the children. So these are the main points I have. And also you can, you've already invited plenty of people to an expert. For example, I was listening to talk with Dr. Helal. Yesterday I listened with Dr. Christos. These are the fantastic environment, in the environment for the parents to know what is the expert opinion. We will carry on with that. But what is the difference between between the experts and the parents is that the parents are much more operational. They think day-to-day basis. They think the real world.
Yeah.
And the experts are basically thinking in general. They advise you, okay, might be applicable for everybody, but not applicable for any particular person. So bringing experts and also bringing the experience of the parents and bringing them together in one platform, I think that's very important. Not only experts and not only parents, but what the parents face everyday basis and what the experts think, okay, this we need to
just to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That we also did. For example, the question answer sessions we had. I mean, parents are asking questions to occupational therapist, speech that we
of course, I think, that's fantastic. But what I'm talking about the parents is a journey of a parents to raise up the child from year 1 to maybe year 20 or 23. What difficulties that parents faced in this long time, and what the challenges he could not solve or she could not solve. For example, even living in the UK, as you believe that if you think about the UK as one of the modern world in the country and others, my impression about when I grown up the child is not enough. It's not, I don't even, for example, the talk we had in ABA, I got it after 18 years, this talk. Even living in a world where you see this is the best one. So every day I feel, where should I go? Wherever I go, everybody give me some sort of general advice, that is not applicable to me. Or somebody pushing the file, okay, go there, go there, go there, giving a lot of materials, information, websites. Where should I go? This is not solving my problem. So I think we need to differentiate ourselves to solve the problem of a particular family or particular children, not rather than giving universal or general advice to everybody. Everybody is doing that. We don't. I think that's the way we can differentiate. We focus on very small areas, but we are serving the parents or family individually, right? And then linking them with our expert groups and others. So that could be the linking point with the parents and the experts that this organization can do. So that's all for me. But because I'm not very much strategic, but I'm very much operational based on my experience with my child. So I'm talking about very much day-to-day based rather than very much a strategic way. Thank you very much.
So
yes.
Thank you so much. Now, I will come to your questions with Dr. Hakim Arif sir. I mean, just let me finish. I mean, with Dr. Sherian Bhuiyan. Please, would you please give your comments, ma'am?
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be a part of you all on the advisory board. I actually did not know that Saeed was doing all of this. He just introduced me to it. He asked me actually on Facebook to join the Facebook forum, and I actually did not know that his child was autistic. I had no idea. So it was just like a surprise for everything. And I did not go into education for a long time. I thought, okay, my children, I have to focus on my children. So I took a long time, to do that. I thought, okay, I should focus on their education and try to get them settled before I could do anything for myself. I guess all mothers are like that. And I started to go back to education after my kids have graduated university. I thought, okay, I should give back to the community now, something. I have raised my kids, they have become professionals. I should give back to the community. So my focus was special education because it's where it's needed. Even in America, it's kids need more help here in special needs than anything else. As for, I think we need to focus on whether we need to do, for all organizations, you have to have like a base. You have to have an on-site something. And if you want to do it all virtual, it's doable, because in our county, Clark County School District, we are 100% virtual right now. We are teaching kids online for everything because we're not on campus. So it's not that it can't be done. We're doing it now. So you can't say it can't be done. So we are, so we're doing everything. That means we're teaching the child, we are focusing on data, we are doing everything that is needed for that child. And the one thing that came out of this is that before, you had no parent intervention. No parents would help their child because they would get everything from school. The child would be dropped off in the morning at 8 o'clock or at 7:15 and be picked up at 3 o'clock. So the parents were not involved in teaching their children at all. But now, because it's all virtual, you have a parent sitting right next to the child to focus on their learning. So in terms of research, I'll come back to that, but in terms of research, we don't need to do our own research because research is already there. We're living that. So let's not complicate things by saying, okay, we need to do research. Research is already there. So, and this pandemic has taught us a lot how, at least the teaching world, how to do things different. I mean, whether you're a professor, my husband teaches 2 classes online and he's teaching face-to-face now, but he's been teaching online for a few years now. So it's not something new for him, but it's something new for me because I'm teaching younger kids and he's teaching adults. So, but it's something that it's easy to do if you have the resources. And we have distributed in our school district thousands of devices. Each child got a device for learning purposes, so that the child can learn at home comfortably. So we should focus, I think, on how we want to get this done. And for different disabilities, you can't just only focus on one disability, like for only autistic children. If you're going to be an organization, you have to focus on all, because you're going to have a child with autism, you'll have a child with Down syndrome, you will have a child with so many disabilities. So you can't focus on one. It's not possible because you're going to leave a lot of people out, that need help. So with all that in mind, I think we need to just break up our, focus, let's say. So if you are working with kids, we have to put in sections which team is going to focus on. So you're focusing on all disability, but some people are focused on autistic children, some people are focused on other disabilities, so that it's easy for us to deal with. I mean, it's not that we don't have people, we have so many people. Look at how many people we have on the advisory board. So we can focus on things very easily. And I commend Saeed for taking the initiative, because I think people in the third world need this sort of help. I wish that, kids are back at school, but getting parents involved is a big thing, because they don't know what we do to help their children, but now they do. They know exactly how hard we work to make their children, able to live in this world, because it's not easy for an autistic child or a child with autism to live in this world. It's really very difficult, and the parents have nothing. They have no idea how we work with their children. So getting the parents involved is a big thing, and don't worry, our help would be so different compared to sending them just to school and come back. Any questions? I'm open.
Thank you so much, Sherian. And thank you for trusting me for last like 12 years, right? For 12 years since we met in the United States of America. And actually, Sherian's husband is from Bangladesh, Dr. Haidar Bhuiya. He teaches at university. In that time when I was in America, he was teaching in University of Georgia, the university I worked for a year. and he's also in our executive committee body that will meet some other day. So thank you so much, everybody, for talking. Now I'm coming to the questions raised. I mean, basically from Dr. Hakim Arif and Dr. Madhu Acharya. I mean, if I answer, I mean, in one sentence, then I should say, and their concerns. If I, answer in one sentence, very simply, very short, that is, what they have, said. These are about established organization, a complete organization. But actually, special childcare is not still, yet a complete organization. I told you from the very beginning, this is in the experimental age. So, stage. So everything we have in our plan, but I want to go to the specific, to the point with, especially starting with Dr. Hakim Arif sir. First of all, the name of the organization, Special Child Care, and trust me, every answer will go to that particular point, that it is still in the experimental stage, and it will continue minimum June 2021. 2021 it will go until I go back to Bangladesh, frankly speaking, because we are now, this is my situation, because until I am not in the country, it's not possible to set up the organization and other things, because you are also busy in your own job or something like this. Now, name of the organization, that is also I kept open. See, there is no word like Bangladesh over here, because I don't like to limit it to Bangladesh, right? So special childcare, that's why you see that advisors are from different countries, 6 countries they are from, right? Basically, this is based in Bangladesh, and basically this is for Bengali speakers. And that's why Choitali, Chaudhary, and other people, they're coming from India, right? So we don't like to limit it to Bangladesh only. That's why special child care. Now there's another point. If I go back to Bangladesh, if I make an organization, suppose according to Bangladesh law, I need to make it a company, for example, then it might be Special Child Care Limited. I'm telling you that things will change after going to Bangladesh. So this will be two different phases, right? Because we have started, me and some people with me, other parents, we have started this organization with a lot of bad experience, a lot of negative experience. We have seen many organizations dying on the way. Okay. Personally, I was involved with 3 organizations at Jahangirnagar University. I was the General Secretary of Debating Club. I was the General Secretary of English, English Association. So I know all these things. That's why we are going slow. If you say, if you are slow, then why so many programs? The answer is, I was free actually last 2-3 months in the summer vacation. So I had the time. Now, if you ask me why so many kind of people, because we believe in the holistic approach to, this kind of problem. So we know that we need the parents, we need OT, occupational therapists. At the same time, we need psychology. So why not we talk to them, right? And if you ask me why talking to different countries, I'm still, alhamdulillah, we talk to different countries. That's why when talking to, after talking to Abdullah Inan and Sherian Huia, now we know that, how, so much work. They do the paperwork in their schools, which are really important. And this is also connected to research, as we are talking about. If we can set up a good school in Bangladesh and we follow America or England or Australia, we do the regular paperwork. From those paperwork, we can even, write articles. Coming to your school, are we going to set up a school? My opinion, we will set up a school in Bangladesh only if we can, we can maintain the quality of a British or American school, only then, otherwise not. Otherwise, I will not add another one to the hundreds and thousands of, so-called specialist schools in Bangladesh. I will not, frankly speaking. This is my position. Now, I'm giving you all my opinion. You'll think about it, and then later we can talk about it. What are the learning? Dr. Hakim Arif asked me, what are the learning? Learning is exploring and, trying to understand the best management protocol for such children. That's it. Who to share? Share to everybody, parents and professionals in the entire world, no problem. That's why we will use English and Bengali. Right now we are using Bengali, but we will come to, for example, Dr. Christos Nikopoulos, that was in English, right? So that's not a problem. And I said that we will even go for translation, inshallah. English Bangla translation. Care to special children. Dr. Hakim Arif asked me, because special children means all. This we already mentioned in our website. If you see the cover photos, I mean, under that we gave our objective, and we said, I mean, that is all kinds of abilities, physical, and now this is too big, I understand. I request you, please keep it up to next year until I go to Bangladesh. Up till that, if you have the experience, no, we'll go only for NDDs. We will leave out physical disability. Let's take this organization as an experimental stage and let us do some work. If it is even it is helpful for parents, why not? This is not an established organization. Frankly speaking, in Bangladesh, many schools are backed up by big organizations, big foundation. They have a lot of money, right? So what we have nothing. This, you know, IT support I got, that is also for free. And you know what? I mean, you know, Choitali Chaudhary, hats off to her. You know how much she's taking for, I should expose to you. I mean, make it clear to you. It's a 50 hour, you know, parents training. She's taking only 500 Bangladesh taka, almost like, you know, free. And she saw all our children last 4 months during lockdown for free in Bangladesh. So actually we have started without any kind of background support or something. So what Dr. Hakim Arif sir mentioned, inshallah we will get, but we need some time until we have some foundation and that. Sometimes the training is not effective, as Dr. Hakim Arif said, and also Syed Abdullah Inan mentioned. This is true. We don't compare that, you know, the online training and on-campus training. Not, of course, a lot of things we cannot do. But two things here. One, Corona situation, Corona time. We are forced to do this. Even in our own country, I mean, number two, some training we can do, I believe. Some trainings are effective. For example, when we are talking to parents, giving ideas to parents, which is only talking is enough, that we can do. But demonstration, like OT kind of thing, that we are not doing. That the therapist need to touch the, you know, child, that we are not doing. Like, you know, Choitali Chaudhary, that the training, that is basically speaking. And she's also giving some work, kind of video modeling, that our guest, Dr. Christos Nikopoulos is an expert in this video modeling. So these videos we are making and we are showing to her. So of course, this is not 100% as on-campus training. Of course not, but as much as we can do. I think for the time being, it's fine, because of our organization limitation and also for Corona situation. For the time being, we can do. But when we'll set up, inshallah, we will continue online here. Research, already a lot of people talked about research. If you check our website, we have kept one space over there, institute. So we have a plan to set up institute, inshallah. If you academicians like Dr. Hakim Arif, Dr. Madhu Acharya, if you help us, inshallah, but that will take time. That will of course take time. So we can offer, like, you know, short courses, diploma courses. And already Dr. Hakim Arif mentioned that our teachers, many of them unfortunately are not academically educated. They are doing good job, but academically not educated. So for example, we are talking to ISR. We had a plan to talk to, you know, go for collaboration maybe with ISR. Choitali Nag is the principal over there. I already talked to the managing director. So we'll talk to other places. Maybe a collaboration with a center, I mean, that is Autism Consultancy Center in London. We are open to everybody. That's not a problem. So inshallah, we'll set up after 1 year when we have that. Yeah. That's it. Madhu Acharya, Dr. Madhu, you talked about the programs with kids. If you can give us a plan, a kind of outline, we can think about it. Okay. Already I talked to Rupa Kabir. She's also based in England, and she works with us and also with Mayar Alingane. So I also talked to her and I requested her to, you know, include, like, you know, special children in their programs. So because, you know, we want a kind of inclusive society where our special kids are welcome, right? So we are thinking about it. That's it. If I didn't miss out anything, I mean, roughly these are the points came up. So, you know, actually the main point is, inshallah, we'll do everything when we have a real setup, real office, and a lot of things may change. Even the name may change. I told you, right? So everything is like kind of experimental, and this is my limitation. I'm sorry for this because I'm not in my country. And as Dr. Madhu Acharya said, that I have my own job, right? Oh, sorry. One point, Dr. Madhu mentioned about the financial thing. Right now, we don't have any intention to go for financial thing. just we collected money for Choitali Nath Chaudhary's training session. Trust me, we didn't want to do it. But unfortunately, Didi has nobody in Bangladesh to collect the money. That's why just on behalf of her, we are collecting very, very small amount of money, and we will send her immediately. But other financial things we are not doing. Many doctors are requesting us to, like, take the, medicine kind of appointment, but we said sorry because we're not good. But when we will go for real school and in Bangladesh, if we go, inshallah, then Dr. Madhu Acharya, I'm not sure it will be completely charity or something, because we need money, right? Suppose you have a teacher. Now the point, I want to differentiate between commercial and professional. I mean by commercial, the people who take money but don't give like proper support, proper service. Or the professional who take money but give the support. We want to be professional. And if you just trust on me, if we go for with money, things will be transparent. How much we are taking and how much we are actually the expenditure. And don't worry about this thing. So this is all about from me. If you have any more question, I can answer. Anybody has any question or anything?
Can I say something quickly? It's a different thing. I know it's gonna be a bit, slap in the face for a lot of people, but as Bengalis, we are quite jealous of each other, and we don't like seeing someone else progressing more than I am. And I think in this very early days of this group, I have already encountered a little bit of tussle between members of, they're not advisors, but I would say the members at the moment. But please, as professionals, because we are focusing on a very special group of people, okay? It's not that I know more than you or you know more than me. It's not about that. It is about working as a team to support a group of people who are very special, okay? It's not about money. It's not about social status. It is about humanity, okay? Please, I would really love to work with all of you, provided the platform is as neutral as possible, okay? I have nothing to gain from this thing, okay? I do this job because I enjoy it, because I love it. It is one job. This is the only job where I can go to work and think that, all right, it's a new day. No one can tell me, and no one's been able to tell me that, okay, yesterday was like this, today is going to be the same. My problem is that if I get the predictability, my job becomes quite boring and I don't enjoy it anymore. Okay, but like I said, that let us try to keep the platform quite neutral. It's not about who's better than who's got more money than who's going to make more money than the other. It's about the people that we are planning to serve. And as long as the platform is like that, neutral, I'll be here. Trust me, I'll be here. I'm not going to ask for money. I'm not going to ask for any social status or anything. I don't even want recognition. Okay, that's one thing I always try to avoid. But the moment I realize that there is some toxicity, I'm going to leave. That's my view. Okay, I don't like being toxic. That's not my nature. And I've gone through a lot of things within the society where people get too jealous, too complicated. Okay, our lives are complicated enough, trust me. And this pandemic's already shown us how short our lives are. Okay, let's try to make the best of it. And I'll be more than happy to work with any of you at any point, okay, regardless. Sir, Madhuda, Sharon, madam, if you ever come across anything that you may want to just talk to, because when I went to Bangladesh, the first thing that I realized that the parents don't have anyone to talk to who understands what they're going through. But not just they understand in the same language, because language is a massive thing. You can bring the world's best professors, the best professional to another country. Okay, the parents can sit down and they can talk, but they will not understand each other unless they have a common ground. Okay, common ground doesn't mean that, oh, I understand special needs. No, it goes beyond that. So, like I said, that as long as the platform is mutual, I'm here, but let's try to keep it like that. That's all I can say. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Said.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, I'd like to thank you, Said,
Yes.
for inviting us under the platform of special child care for sharing our views. And I believe that when situation will be okay, when you just will be in Bangladesh,
Yeah.
and I'm just inviting you, Madhu Acharjo and Said Abdullah Inan and Seren Buya to Bangladesh, and I believe that we'll have meeting personally on campus,
of course.
and how can I improve our how can I develop this organization very effective and fruitful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you don't have anything to say, I'd like to finish it today. I'd like to finish with the last word, as Syed Abdullah Inan said, that life is short, and we have already understood short. This is one of the reasons we are little fast, right? And my son is 9 years old. I think we have already left. We're already left to start, and we are actually going to start seriously from next year, June, July, maybe, when we can do it in Bangladesh in some office with some other. But my point, my life is short. I don't know whether I will be alive that time, until that time or not. Why not? We'll try. Let's do something online. What's the problem? A lot of people are doing online. Let's continue, and we can see that, yes, we can do something. And I told you that I will not hire 2 flats and start anyhow a school. That I will not do, inshallah. So until that time, as I have, for example, suppose another 8 months, for example. In these 8 months, of course, we'll have an idea that we can set up a school organization or not. If not, we'll just think in a different way. If yes, then inshallah, as Dr. Hakim Arif sir said, as other people, all others said, inshallah, we'll try to do all of those things, because our intention is good. And you know about myself, I've already lost 2 sons. This is my only son living, right? So this is, for me, this is my, this is not my business, frankly speaking. The matter of money came because we need money, okay? So we will take that money that really needed, not more than that, not for our luxury another year. So inshallah, you observe our activities, I salute Syed Abdullah Inan for saying this. Okay, this is, I'm telling everybody that you observe our activities, right? If you want to leave, before leaving, please ask me. Give me some time for self-defense. If you hear something else from some other body, or you have misunderstanding. After that, if you think, no, Syed is not on the same way as he said, the big words or sweet words he said, he's doing the same as other corrupt people doing, leave us, then I have nothing to do. But until that, please give us some time and give us grow for the children only. This is a child-based or center organization. It's not a parents organization, not professionals. What we are doing only for the children, frankly speaking. So if you have any question, anytime, please give me a message. I will answer, inshallah. Thank you very much for a long time. I wanted to finish it within 45 minutes, 1 hour, but see, it's been a long time. I'm sorry, you all are very good. I want to thank Madhu Acharya, Dr. Hakim Arif, Sherian Bhuiya, Syed Abdullah Inan, Muhammad Asiri, and Choitali. We are meeting after some time because we have class. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.